Mike Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you, and welcome with us to beautiful San Luis Obispo, California, Sinsheimer Park Stadium here in San Luis Obispo, just south of downtown, but a beautiful day. The Oaks, they're looking to bounce back after that loss yesterday against the Foresters. That game they lost 6-2. It was 4-2 in the 8th inning before giving up a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, and that really marked the loss for the Oaks. The Oaks, they're playing against the Blues. They're 3-3 on the year, but they're in the CCL play. But the Blues, they've lost 3 straight conference games. The Blues, they're looking to bounce back after losing to the Saints yesterday and back-to-back games against the Riptide on Tuesday and Wednesday. Starting lineups today for the Oaks, leading off is going to be Zach Gregory, the second baseman. He's followed by TJ Foreman. He'll be in right field today. Brendan Bobo, the first baseman, in the 3 spot. Grant Smith at third base today. He'll be in the cleanup spot. Reagan Burford still DHing. He's in the 5 hole. Raul Sandoval in center field in the 6 spot. JT Naviak, the shortstop, batting 7th. Caden Suji behind the plate. He's in the 8 spot. And Austin Carrillo in the left field. And that is the Oaks starting lineup. For the Blues, defensively, you're going to have Mason Grotto in left field. You're going to have Ryan Cermak in center field, and in right field, Nick Costello. And then in the infield, they're going to have Tate Samuelson at third base. The shortstop will be Ruben Mercado. The second baseman, Austin Kretschmar. The first baseman for the day for the Blues will be Austin Schell. He's one of their better hitters. The DH is going to be Vince Martinez. And the pitcher on the mound, Kyle Wish, who's getting his first start of the season today. He's going to be starting in place of Austin Tejera. Tejera is injured, and now we're going to see Kyle Wish. Wish, normally a reliever, but he's going to be starting today. He hasn't pitched more than 3 innings thus far this season. Up to the plate first is going to be Zach Gregory to lead it off for the Oaks. First pitch to Gregory, misses outside, 1-0 to Gregory. Gregory this season batting .304. It's improved his average substantially. Has one of the better on-base percentages on the team, .556. Gregory takes the second pitch outside. It's now 2-0 to Gregory. Gregory has 7 hits on the year. All 7 of them have been singles. But he's also walked 10 times. The 2-0, Gregory lifts this one in the air. Center fielder Cermak, he's ranging over to the left side. He makes the catch in left center field, and Gregory is gone.
Right there for Zach Gregory. We've seen a few at-bats this season from Gregory where he's really tried to get deep in the count, more than a few. Most of his at-bats right there. Saw 2 straight balls, saw a pitch to hit, drove it to the outfield. The ball does carry here in San Luis Obispo, but not able to get enough barrel on it. Skies out to deep center.
Right there, that ball was hit to deep center, but the wind, it's blowing towards left field. Carried it a little to left center as TJ Foreman steps in. First pitch to him is in there for a strike, 1-0. Foreman this season, he's 6th on the team in batting average, but he's 3rd on the team in players that have played consistently every day. As the second pitch to him is called for a strike on the inside corner. It's now 0-2 to Foreman. Foreman batting .306 on the year with a .385 on base percentage. Hit a couple of hard hit balls yesterday. Foreman swings at the 0-2, fouls it behind the plate and into the pavilion area here at Sinsheimer Park. The 0-2 count will be done again. Foreman, only 1 walk on the year. Stands in with an 0-2 count, as now he'll call times. Step back in.
Foreman has struck out 7 times this season.
The 0-2 misses low. Now 1-2 to TJ Foreman.
7 strikeouts, just 1 walk for Foreman. So when he has gone down without putting a hit aboard, it has been more on the strikeout.
This one hits Foreman, and now he's headed to first on a free base off the hit by pitch.
And right there, for Wish, the pitcher, let one go. After going up 0-2, 3 straight strikes as Foreman fouled one off. Then a ball and just brushing him back too far on the inside. Foreman, great job to stay in and battle. Wish, poor job in execution.
And now up to the plate, Brendan Bobo with a man on first and 1 out. Foreman with the speed. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him steal. First pitch to Bobo. Outside, it's 1-0. Bobo this season started extremely hot. We mentioned that he had those hitting struggles. Had a period where he went 3 for 24. Yesterday, a bounce-back performance of sorts. Went 1 for 4 with an absolute moonshot home run. Foreman goes, the pitch, low. The throw to second. Foreman in there safely. And TJ Foreman steals a bag and puts a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the Oaks.
And you mentioned that home run yesterday from Bobo. That put him atop the CCL leaderboard in terms of most home runs. So out of all teams in both the South and the North, Brendan Bobo, the leader with 4 big flies on the season.
So, runner on second, 1 out, 2-0 the count to Bobo. The pitch from Wish. That one's low again, so now a 3-0 count to Brendan Bobo. And Ryan, if you're Bobo here, do you swing at the 3-0?
No, I do not. Brendan Bobo so far in the season sometimes has given pitchers strikes with swinging at a ball that has been below the zone. And right here, up 3-0, a chance to have a well-executed at-bat after what was a good day yesterday with a few hard-hit balls. I think that Bobo just gets aboard.
Bobo swings at the 3-0 and lifts this one high in the air in the infield. Kretschmar under it, he makes the catch. Bobo slipped as he headed around first, and a 3-0 count swinging for Bobo ends in F4.
And I think that is poor plate discipline by Brendan Bobo. He did get a pitch over the heart of the plate, and the coaching staff definitely trusts him when he gets a ball that he likes to swing and try to drive one. But right here, with a runner in scoring position, just 1 down in the inning, I think on that at-bat, it's key to get deep in the count, get one that either gets you aboard and just continue to move the inning along, because now 2 outs with a runner in scoring position is a lot more detrimental than runners on first and second with just 1. I think that Brendan Bobo right there just was too aggressive.
First pitch to Grant Smith, catches the knees. That one's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Grant Smith. Smith this season batting .292. He has 14 hits on the year, 9 of them being singles, 4 of them being doubles. Also has a home run. Hit that home run against Academy a couple days ago. The 0-1. That one's in there for a strike again. Grant Smith now down 0-2. Foreman still on second. So far in the inning, Gregory flew out. Foreman got hit by a pitch, then stole second base. Bobo fly out in the infield. And now an 0-2 count to Grant Smith with 2 away.
There is speed on the base pass in Foreman, so a ball into the outfield will score him.
The 0-2 fouled off by Smith into the stands, and there's a parade of kids looking for that one here in Sinsheimer Stadium. You can hear the crowd cheering for one lucky kid that caught that foul ball. It's quite the atmosphere here in San Luis Obispo.
And actually, he had the glove on, but he dropped the ball. There was still a scramble for the ball. I love the atmosphere here. And the kids, they certainly love it too. About 10 of them were going and trying to shag that ball. The one who dropped it originally was the one who ended up with it.
The 0-2 pitch on its way as no. Foreman's now going to steal third. Slides. He's in there safely. Wish was on the mound, stared at Foreman as he headed to third. The third baseman, Samuelson, was heading in. At the last second, came in. Foreman there reaching the bag at the same time as Samuelson, and Samuelson wasn't there in time as Foreman slid in there safely.
We hear some heckles from the crowd saying, "You're blind." They did not like the call from the umpire. They thought that Foreman got in safely.
The 0-2 now. Smith grounds this to Samuelson, the third baseman. Tough throw, back foot, throws across the diamond. The play is made, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. So no hits and a runner left on for the Oaks. We head to the bottom of the first. Still tied, 0-0. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano back with you. Bottom of the first inning. The Oaks, they didn't score in the top of the first. They had a runner on third in TJ Foreman, but he was left stranded after Grant Smith grounded out to the third baseman. First pitch from Cody Adcock misses inside for a ball. Ryan Cermak at the plate now for the Blues. Cermak, he's on a cold streak. 9 strikeouts in his last 15 at-bats. Second pitch to Cermak. Fouls that one off the light pole. You can hear the crowd cheer at that.
And that is what we call a pole hitter. Back to the Little League days. Every time you hit the light pole, it's a pole hitter. Some power in the bat.
Adcock, he's set. The windup, the pitch. That one catches the zone outside corner. It's now 1-2 to Cermak. Cermak this season batting .293, has 17 strikeouts, 9 of them, like we said, in the last 15 at-bats. Does have 2 home runs, 3 triples, and 4 doubles. The 1-2 misses high and away. It's now 2-2 to Cermak. Adcock, his first time pitching with the Oaks, pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. His only appearance, that was against the Foresters, as a breaking ball gets Cermak to chase, and now that's his 10th K in his last 16 at-bats. First strikeout of the day for Adcock.
Cody Adcock, someone who definitely can strike batters out. He averaged 1 strikeout per inning in his first appearance with the Oaks. 5 strikeouts in those 5 innings pitched. Right here starts off his day in San Luis Obispo with a K.
Snap to the plate is Mason Grotto. He's the CCL's batting average leader. He's batting .433. It's pretty good.
It's very good.
The first pitch to Grotto, in there for a strike. Now 0-1 to Grotto.
Grotto, that batting average so good, he is actually the CCL leader in batting average on the season.
That's what I said, as Adcock fouls that one away. Or, excuse me, Grotto fouls that one away. 0-2 to Grotto. Grotto, originally from Clovis, California, goes to Fresno State, so stayed close to home in the Central Valley. As he stands in with an 0-2 count. The pitch from Adcock. They did not go, so now pitch is low and away. 1-2 the count to Grotto. Grotto this year has 29 hits and 67 at-bats. 7 of them have been doubles, no triples, and just 1 home run. Does have 11 walks and 22 RBIs. Grotto fouls this one away. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up with a 1-2 count to Grotto.
And Grotto, not only a high batting average player, but someone who can drive the ball in the gaps. He has 8 extra base hits on the season, including a home run.
The 1-2 pitch. Got him looking. Back-to-back Ks for Cody Adcock. This one gets Grotto looking. That's only Grotto's 5th strikeout of the year. And now, coming up to the plate, Austin Shell with 2 outs.
And 2 consecutive 5-pitch strikeouts for Adcock. He has been continuously pummeling the zone to start with a good mix of both fastballs and off-speed pitches.
And Adcock, he's been impressive, as the first pitch to Shell swung on and missed. 0-1 to Shell. Shell this season, one of the better hitters for the Blues. He's batting .365. Originally from Irvine, California. Adcock, the windup, and the 0-1. Swung on and missed again by Shell. Got him way ahead. It's now 0-2 to Shell.
Cody Adcock has been living ahead in the count throughout the entirety of the day, throughout the entirety of his season. He's gone up 2 strikes against every batter he's faced today. We saw it a lot the last time he came on the mound as well.
Times is called by the umpire as Adcock steps back on the mound. Shell back into the box, and we're all squared away. 0-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score. The 0-2 from Adcock misses high. Tried to get him to chase with a fastball. Does not. Count 1-2 now.
And that one a little higher than where Adcock expected it to be. He wanted that one elevated above the zone, but not elevated above Suji's stance.
The 1-2. That one misses low and away. Count even, 2-2 to Shell. Shell goes to Cal State Fullerton, stayed in Orange County as he was originally from Irvine. Has 2 home runs on the year, 4 doubles. The 2-2. That one's low again, so after starting 0-2 to Shell, Adcock, he falls behind, it's now 3-2.
And it's important right here to not lose a batter after going up 0-2. We saw it with Wish in the last inning, went up 0-2 to Foreman, ended up hitting him, lost that batter. Here it's important for Adcock to come back into the zone, but not too far inside for Shell to barrel one.
Payoff pitch. Got him looking. And strikeout the side does Adcock. 3 straight strikeouts, the final 2 being looking to Shell and Grotto. And that'll do it for the bottom of the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 0-0 the score. The Oaks, they're looking to get on the board. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano back with you. Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. Top of the second inning, 0-0 the score. Just saw an Ole Miss product, Cody Adcock, strike out the side in the bottom of the first. Now up to the plate, Reagan Burford, another Ole Miss guy, as he looks at the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 to Burford. And Burford, hit for the cycle against Academy, has been consistently raising his batting average throughout the year, as the second pitch to him is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Burford this season batting .304, has an on-base percentage of .362, as he swings and misses at the 1-1. Count now 1-2 to Burford.
And it's important for Reagan Burford right here to get back on track. He had a monstrous stretch after he hit that cycle at Academy. He has gone a little bit cold with his bat in the last few games.
The 1-2. Burford grounds this to the shortstop Mercado. Spinning play on a bounce to first. What a play right there from Mercado.
And that's just impeccable right there. What was a single up the middle, Mercado brings back and makes a web gem in the field.
So a 4-pitch at bat to Burford ends in a 6-3. And up to the plate now is the 6-hole hitter, Raul Sandoval. The first pitch to Sandoval, in there for a strike, outside corner. 0-1. Sandoval, bottom on the list of Oaks players in batting average, a .176 batting average. Second pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 to Sandoval. Sandoval going to be headed up to UC Davis after spending some time at Oxnard College. Second year with the Oaks after playing with them in 2019 as he watches the 0-2 in the dirt. It's now 1-2. Just 3 hits on the year with the Oaks as he swings and misses. This time actually fouled it. Almost
caught Esperanza in the face, in the chest, or in the mask protector. Took his mask protector off, and so he's a little shaken up behind the plate. Has to regain his composure.
Seems fine as Wish steps back on the mound. 1-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on. Raul Sandoval at the plate. Wish, the windup, the pitch. Sandoval strikes out swinging. First K of the day for Wish. And now, with 2 outs, JT Naviak, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. The first pitch to Naviak. Misses outside. It's now 1-0 to Naviak. As Wish wastes no time. The second pitch to Naviak, grounded to the third baseman. Samuelson bobbled it at first, throws over to first. The plate is in time, and that'll do it for the top of the second inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, no runners left on. We hit to the bottom of the second inning. Still tied 0-0. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you here at Sinsheimer Park. After Cody Adcock steps onto the mound for his second inning of work. Adcock, his first time through the order, not through the order, his first time pitching. He had 3 strikeouts, 1 swinging to Cermak, and then back-to-back looking to Grotto and Shell. The first pitch is in there to Vince Martinez for a strike. 0-1 to Martinez. So far, Adcock, he's been impressive. Had an impressive performance against the Foresters, already impressive today. The 0-1, in there for a strike again. Now 0-2 to Martinez. And the Blues, they're just getting a lot of strikes. Martinez just arrived from Stanford. It's his first game playing with the Blues. The 0-2. This one's hit up the middle, and the first hit of the game goes to the Blues with Vince Martinez, the DH, getting aboard with a single.
And Martinez right there on that pitch, able to shoot one right up the middle, but he did go down 0-2. And Adcock, he's been up 0-2 all day. So two-strike hitting right here from Vince Martinez, but two-strike pitching for Cody Adcock. He's been effective with it so far on the day, but he right there leaves one over the heart of the plate, leaves one for a single. Now the leadoff man is on.
So Martinez on first, nobody out. Tate Samuelson at the plate. First pitch to Samuelson, misses inside for a ball. 1-0 to Samuelson. Samuelson, a local boy from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, playing here with the SLO Blues, batting .327 on the year. The 1-0, this one's lifted high in the air to center field, not going to go too deep. Sandoval under it, he makes the catch. Heading back to first base is Martinez, and now one is gone here in the bottom of the second.
And we are trying to get our audio issues fixed. Please let us know if the audio is better than it was before. We believe it is, but if it is not, please let us know.
Snap to the plate, A.J. Esperanza, the catcher. Runner on first, 1 out. Adcock, he's set. First pitch, this one's fouled back and out of play. 0-1 to Esperanza. Esperanza, currently undecided, from Orange, California. Coming up here to play in the Central Coast in the CCL. Adcock, he's waiting a long time. Now times is called from the ump. Looked like Adcock was trying to communicate with Suji, the catcher, about what pitch to throw and where. Just was there for a long time, and the umpire called times. Seen that a lot the past couple of days. Adcock wastes no time this time, throws outside. Count now even 1-1 to Esperanza. Esperanza batting this year, .368. Was at Cuesta College beforehand, as he takes a ball low for a ball. It's now 2-1. Still Martinez on first. Esperanza this year has 7 hits and 19 at bats. 3 runs as Adcock fires back to first. In there safely is Martinez. It's a close play as Bobo was there with the tag. Not in time though, says the umpire. Do it back again, 2-1. Adcock, he's set. The pitch. This one misses high. So now the count 3-1 to Esperanza.
This is the first time today that we've really seen Cody Adcock be behind in the count. He did not have 2 strikes on Tate Samuelson in the last at-bat, but this time he now has gone to 3 balls with just 1 strike. We've seen him ahead in every count so far today. Besides this one, how does he attack it?
The 3-1. That one's low, so Esperanza with a walk, and now a runner in scoring position with only 1 out for the Blues. Up to the plate now, Austin Kretschmar. It's a mouthful of a name, but stands in, the second baseman today, as runners on first and second with only 1 out. See Gregory, the second baseman, coming in on the bag as Adcock fires the first pitch in there. Misses outside, 1-0 to Kretschmar.
And it's important for Adcock right here to get back in the zone. He had 2 strike counts in the first 4 batters, but threw a first pitch ball to Samuelson, walked his last batter in Esperanza, and now starts off with a ball to Kretschmar.
The 1-0 misses low again. Now 2-0 to Kretschmar. And Kretschmar, in his first game in a Blues uniform, goes to Stanford, just came back from the College World Series. The 2-0, This one's grounded high, chopper, and they're going to say foul off himself in the low infield. So now 2-1 to the count to Kretschmar.
And it was awkward because Kretschmar bounced that one, and it looked like it was going to be a slow chopper back to the pitcher and potentially a close play at first, but Kretschmar knew that he fouled it off himself. Everyone else acted like it was a live ball because how would they know that it hit off Austin Kretschmar? But Kretschmar very confident that it was going to be a foul ball and the umpire was going to make the right call.
Kretschmar this season at Stanford batted .320 in 17 games played. Only had 6 starts in that time. He had 8 hits and 25 at-bats, 2 runs. The 2-1. In there for a strike. Counts even now, 2-2 to Kretschmar. So far in this inning, Vince Martinez led off with a single. Tate Samuelson then flew out to the center fielder Sandoval. Then Esperanza walked. Now we find ourselves here. The 2-2. This one's grounded to the third baseman, Grant Smith. To the second baseman, Gregory, over to first. In time! It's a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning, and that'll do it for the bottom of the second. So, no runs on the one hit, 1 runner left on. We head to the top of the third inning. The Oaks, they're still scoreless, 0-0 the score here in Louis Obispo. Back with you here in the top of the third inning. Caden Suji up to the plate. First pitch to Suji, swing and a miss. 0-1 to Suji. Suji this season with the Oaks, batting .250, has 2 hits and 8 at-bats. Those 2 hits, both singles.
And in those 8 at-bats, only 6 of them credited as plate appearances, I believe.
As Suji takes one low.
10 plate appearances, 8
at-bats.
credited at-bats.
Yep.
He has been walked and hit by a pitch. He had a 4-for-4 on-base percentage day against the Coastal Cubs. That came last Sunday.
Second pitch to Suji, low again. It's now 2-1 to Suji. Suji, before that 4-for-4 performance, he had 4 at-bats. Prior to that, struck out 4 times. The 2-1. That one's in there at the knees for a strike. Count even, 2-2. So far, 30 pitches on the afternoon from Wish. The 2-2. Suji fouls this one back. Do it again. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Caden Suji. And Suji, originally from Somis, California, that's just to the west of Moore Park. As the 2-2. Check swung, he got him. So Suji goes down for the 5th time this season. Second K of the afternoon for Wish. And now coming up to the plate will be Austin Carrillo. He's in the 9-hole today.
And Carrillo, he's someone who just wants to get aboard any way he can. Singles, which he's been effective at all season, walks, hit by pitches, does not matter. He just wants to get on base.
Carrillo, a lefty, plays left field. Saw him in right field for the first time this season against the Cubs. That was on Sunday. As he stands in. It's a typical left fielder as he squares to bunt. This one up the first base line, coming in as Wish. Misses the tag, then throws it off the back of Carrillo as Carrillo's on to first with a single on a bunt.
And Austin Carrillo, I was talking with him in the outfield before the game, and he said, if I square to bunt 2 or 3 times out of every 10 at-bats and that gets me a hit, that's fine by me. I don't need to go yard. I don't need to swing. I just need to get on first base, and that is exactly what he did. A well-executed at-bat, exactly what he wanted.
8th hit of the year for Carrillo. Now up to the plate, Zach Gregory. Saw him on that 5-4-3 double play as the second baseman. Made the play at second as he threw over to first. As now Carrillo leads off from first. Wish on the mound. He's set. First pitch to Gregory. Outside. 1-0 to Gregory. And Gregory, his first time up, he flew out to center field. That was a 3-pitch at bat to start the game. Has a chance here with 1 out and a runner on first. Carrillo back to first on the pickoff attempt from Wish. Shell, the first baseman there covering, doesn't tag Carrillo and throws it back to Wish. We'll do it again, 1-0 with 1 out. The wind blowing towards left field. You can see the American flag in center field blowing pretty hard. This is the 1-0. That one misses outside. 2-0 the count now to Gregory.
And Gregory's been the theme of the season for him. Getting deep in counts, getting deep in his at-bats. And right here, looking at the first 2 pitches, goes ahead 2-0. He's been ahead in way too many counts this season to keep track of.
The 2-0. That one misses low again. It's now 3-0 to Zach Gregory. And Gregory this season has 10 walks on the year. Has a chance here for number 11. Also has 3 hit by pitches. So 13 times he's headed to first base on a free pass. The 3-0. That one catches the knees. It's now 3-1 to Zach Gregory as Wish gets a strike. That was the 10th pitch of the inning from Wish. As so far, he's thrown 37 pitches. Still 0-0, 1 out, runner on first. The pitch, this one's fouled away by Gregory, and the count's full at 3-2.
And as good as Gregory has been at getting ahead in counts, he also has dropped down in counts 3-2 on the season quite a bit, where he's gotten ahead with 3 balls, but then has gotten back in the count. The game against Academy just 2 days ago, he saw 3 full counts.
Stadium here, pretty packed. It's an awesome atmosphere here in San Luis Obispo. The payoff pitch, got him looking. 3rd K of the afternoon for Wish. His first one looking as Gregory goes down after getting a 3-0 count.
And the home plate umpire, he was not going to let Zach Gregory look at 6 consecutive pitches without making him pay for it, because Gregory, he saw a few pitches in that at-bat that were on the black or close to the strike zone. All of them generous calls after he got up 3-1 towards Wish, the pitcher. The ones that were close before he went up 3-0 were generous towards the batter. I think it's the umpire right there on a 3-0 count, the strike zone, it gets a little bit bigger for the pitcher.
Pickoff attempt to first. Carrillo in there safely as Foreman steps up to the plate for his second time today. He was the first base runner of the day for the Oaks. He got on with a hit by pitch, then stole second base, and then stole third base. First pitch to Foreman. Fouls this one off his leg. 0-1 the count to Foreman. And Foreman, that one's got a sting. He's been dealing with an ankle injury. Said he's 99% better. Still a little bit swollen, but, you know, he's been 99% for the last couple of days. Won't tell me 100% all the way better.
Well, that percentage has continued to climb. It was 92% at the start of last week, and over the past few weeks, he's just continued to climb and climb, and I'd say 99%. It's pretty solid.
The 0-1. Foreman fouls this one away. 0-2 the count to Foreman. Was talking to TJ Foreman before the game. Told me he's an avid disc golfer. Said his uncle bought him a pair of disc golfs. He's just been doing it for about 2 years.
I'll need to talk to him about that. I am an avid ultimate Frisbee player. So a little bit different sports, but both, they involve discs, they involve Frisbee-type objects. I think that's going to be the next topic of conversation.
The 0-2, Foreman grounds this one foul down the third base side. Do it again. Fourth pitch of the at-bat with an 0-2 count now.
And I'm surprised that Carrillo hasn't jumped over to second base yet. Austin Carrillo, one of the faster members of the Oaks, someone who definitely can steal bases. Mark Fitzgerald, the third base coach, he just has not sent him quite yet.
Carrillo, he leads off from first. Shell, the first baseman there, holding him. Wish on the mound. He's set. The 0-2. Fouled away by Foreman. And now we'll do it again. Still 0-2 the count.
And a great job by TJ Foreman to get a piece of that, stay alive in the count. It was a magnificent breaking ball from Kyle Wish. It started low and outside. It broke down towards the dirt and further off the plate. TJ Foreman went out, got it, fouled it back, and was able to stay alive in the count.
Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up to TJ Foreman. The 0-2. Swing and a miss by Foreman. It's the third K of the inning now for Wish, the fourth K overall, and just the one hit from Carrillo on the bunt. We head to the bottom of the third, still tied 0-0. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano back with you. Bottom of the third inning, still tied 0-0. Cody Adcock, the man out of Ole Miss, still on the mound. First pitch to Costello. Misses outside. 1-0 to Costello. So far for Adcock, he's given up just one hit, did have a walk. Both of those came in the bottom of the second. His first inning, 3 strikeouts. Second pitch to Costello, in there for a strike. Count even 1-1. Costello playing right field today. One of the poorer hitters for the Blues, batting .138. The pitch, swung on and missed. Count now 1-2 to Costello. Costello last played June 29th. That was Tuesday against the Riptide. It's an 0-4 loss for the Blues. He was 0 for 2 in that game. The 1-2, swung on and missed from Costello, and the 4th K of the afternoon for Cody Adcock.
And Cody Adcock, I mean, is there anything to say other than the fact that he's just been dealing on the hill? He had a little bit of a hiccup last inning with the single deleted off and then the walk, but outside of that, he has been borderline perfection throughout the at least beginning parts of this game. Struck out the side in the first, then comes back with 2 early strikes, and gets a 4-pitch strikeout in the third. He has been incredible.
First pitch to Ruben Mercado, in there for a strike. It's now 0-1 to Mercado. When we saw Mercado, he had a defensive gem at shortstop. It was a tough hit ball, grounded up the middle, spun off his back foot, a one-hopper to the first baseman. Now looking to do damage offensively as he swings and misses at the 0-1. 0-2 the count now. And Mercado this season, one of the better hitters, batting .325 with the Blues. The 0-2. Fouled off by Mercado. 4th pitch of the at-bat coming up with an 0-2 count.
And this game is vitally important for both teams right now. Not only in the CCL South standings, where the Oaks, they're second. The Blues, they're a half game behind the Oaks in 4th place.
As the 0-2 swung on in the dirt, Adcock gets him swinging. The throw over to first from Suji in time. And back-to-back Ks for Adcock, his 5th K of the afternoon. And now coming up to the plate, Ryan Cermak.
So not only in CCL South standings is this game important, but for both teams' momentum, it's vitally important. The Blues, they're losers of 3 in a row. The Oaks, they're losers of 3 of their last 4. So it's important for both teams to get back on the right track here. Big-time game. Cody Adcock on the hill, one of the arms that is very much trusted by head pitching coach Scott Radinsky. I think that this is going to be a big-time game.
As Cermak grounds this one up to Adcock, reached with his bare hand, throws over to first after he bobbled it, and in there safely is Cermak, an infield single.
And that is the first real blunder we've seen of the day from Cody Adcock. It looked like a routine ball back on the hill. It's just a few more PFPs that he has to be doing.
And right there, he's trying to grab it with his bare hand instead of his glove, and coming up to talk is Dave Solis.
I don't think it's in danger of a change at all. I think he's checking on his pitcher, making sure he's okay, making sure he's not rattled, and then going to come back, and it's definitely not a change. He walks right back in to the dugout after talking to the home plate umpire. So I think that just right there, it's a little bit of a pep talk to the pitcher. Don't sweat it. You made a mistake. Come right back and get this batter out.
I think right there he was looking at Adcock's hand, went up and checked his hand to make sure everything was okay after he tried to bare hand the ball. Adcock said he was fine, and then Solis quickly walks back to the dugout as the first pitch to Grotto is fouled high in the air towards the stands. That one hits the pavilion area, and you see about 10 kids chase after that one.
And it's great. It's a fantastic atmosphere. When I was a kid, the number one goal whenever I went to a game, get a ball, bring a ball home. There's no better place to do it than a place like this because there is such an electric atmosphere. It's so fun to be at a game here in San Luis Obispo, and it's also such a great opportunity for kids to be around baseball and get a ball like that.
Absolutely. The 0-1, swung on a miss, runner goes, throw over to second, not in time. Cermak steals second, and now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And an 0-2 count to Mason Grotto.
And right there, that's the difference between Caden Suji behind the dish and Anson Arrows behind the dish. Arrows, he's shown on the season that he has had an arm that is gunning down opposing batters. Right there, Suji just a little bit slower in terms of his pop time, and that half-second difference is the difference between a tag and a caught stealing and a stolen base and a runner in scoring position.
The 0-2. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the bottom of the third inning. 3 Ks for Adcock in the inning, his 6th K of the afternoon. All 3 Ks in the inning swinging, as that'll do it for the bottom of the third. Just the 1 hit and a runner left on second. We head to the top of the fourth, still tied 0-0. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you here in San Luis Obispo, California. Ryan, the next 3 innings of play-by-play are yours.
Brendan Bobo swings and misses on the first pitch to him in the 4th inning. Count starts at 0-1. We still see Kyle Wish on the hill. Wish, a typical reliever, got the start today because Teixeira had an injury. As Bobo, he squares to bunt, pulls back, watches a pitch in the dirt for a ball. 1-1 the count. Bobo, his last time up, a 4-pitch at bat in which he flied out to second base. It was Kretschmeyer who was able to receive it at second base. 3-0 was the count to him when he swung at that pitch just underneath it. The 1-1 thinks about it, does not offer. The count 2-1 as the ball was low, below the zone. Slight shift on to the left-handed batter. We see Kretschmeyer shaded in between second and first base. As the 1-2 grounded to Kretschmeyer, he picks it up, throws on to first, and Brendan Bobo is retired for the first out of the 4th inning. And right there, he grounded right into that shift. A smart play to make the shift by Bob Miller and the head coach here for the San Luis Obispo Blues. That'll bring up Grant Smith. Smith came to the plate in the 1st inning. Grounded out to third base. It was a hard ground ball down that side. It was a good play by Samuelson at the hot corner as the first pitch to him skied another souvenir for a fan if that's going to stay in the park. It does by the porta potties. And a fan has to go by the toilets, but they do get that foul ball. Smith behind in the count, 0-1 early. He was behind 0-2 in the 1st inning when he scorched the ball to third. Swings and misses, now behind 0-2 again. Breaking ball from Wish, dropped below the zone. Smith thinking fastball, misses at it. Outfield in center, Cermak shaded just left of center. A big gap in right center field. The 0-2, Smith brushed back, lifts his arms up and watches a ball go by him. 1-2 the count.
We've seen that throughout the year. Smith, he's gone behind 0-2. He's been able to battle, extend counts, and Throughout the year, we've also seen him have a lot of inside pitches, which he raises his arms.
The 1-2 swings and misses in the dirt. A swinging strikeout as Smith does not make the run over to first base. So Wish, he picks up another strikeout. That is his 5th so far of the day after he picked up 3 in the 3rd. Kyle Wish, the typical reliever, no stranger, showing that he, as a starter, does not differ his approach. He has been effective. He's been the best reliever of the season for the Blues. Now he is a dealing starter. That brings up Reagan Burford, who swings and misses at the first pitch. He's down 0-1. Last time up, grounded out to shortstop on the 4th pitch. Yesterday, an 0-for-4 day. Watches one go by at the knees. That catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. The count 0-2. Burford 0 for his last 5, but against Academy, he ended that day with 2 hits, a double in the 9th and a single in the 8th. The 0-2, Burford swings, skies it, foul territory. Shell gives it a look, but it's going to go into the stands. Another big ball for the kids to go, run after, trample each other.
Yeah,
Hopefully no one gets hurt.
Yeah, that's insane. There's about 15 kids, and they don't even care who's sitting on the lawn right here. And they're just jumping over everybody, trying to get the ball. It's a mad race to whoever can get the ball first.
And the kid that ran away with the ball, holding up for everyone, saying, I got it, I got it. Burford looks at the 0-2 on the corner. The left side of the infield thought it was a looking strikeout. Samuelson and Mercado were walking back towards the dugout, but Burford, he gets another crack at it as it was called a ball. So the count 1-2. Wish to the dish. Breaking ball. Misses low and away. The count 2-2. Burford on the season so far has been someone that has improved towards the middle of the season, but his batting average has cooled off as of late as he takes one and skies it out of play, this time to the left. The Oaks dugout, they're playing the role of the kids. They want to go after a ball. I believe that's Donovan Waitman over there in the corner who's looking at the ball. The Oaks, they're not going to get it as it's up near the shrubbery. And the 2-2 will be done again with 2 outs here in the inning. The Blues, a similar shift to what we see from the Oaks, shaded slightly to the left to a right-handed batter as Burford swings and misses. 1, 2, 3 inning for Kyle Wish. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and 2 strikeouts. That makes it 6 on the day for Wish. This game is still tied at 0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Bottom of the 4th inning. Shell, Martinez, Samuelson, 3, 4, 5. Scotty Adcock still on the hill. 3 scoreless innings from him so far. Just 2 hits allowed in those 3 innings. First pitch to Austin Shell. He thinks about it, does not offer, and the strike is called at the knees. 0-1 the count. Shell, he struck out on a full count his last at-bat. He looked at one. One of the 2 backwards Ks for the day for Adcock. The 0-1. Line to first base, Bobo. Thinks about jumping, does not need to. It's right into his glove, and the first out of the inning is recorded.
And Adcock, he's been impressive. He's been able to get a lot of outs in early counts. He's only had 1 6-pitch at bat, and that was a strikeout against Austin Shell in the first inning. But other than that, every at bat has been about 5 pitches or less.
That's going to bring up Vince Martinez. First pitch to Martinez. Brushes him back. Just doesn't catch him. Martinez turns out of the way. That was headed right for his body. If he doesn't do the twirl, he's going to end up on first base. But he saves himself some pain and a bruise and stays in the right-handed batter's box. Martinez, the designated hitter today, singled in his last at-bat. The 1-0 swung on, missed. 1-1 the count. Martinez, just one of 3 total hits today. That was a leadoff single in the second inning. Martinez, the 1-1, grounded foul just outside of third. That pitch very inside. Martinez caught up to it. An off-speed pitch from Adcock that Martinez was out in front of. Made hard contact. Smith shaded towards the line to a right-handed batter. Might have made the play on the hot corner, but it bounced just outside of the bag at third.
And Martinez, his first time up, that single that he had, it was a perfectly aligned ball right to center field. Playing in his first game, it was an impressive first at bat with the Blues.
The 1-2 does not offer. Off speed in the dirt. 2-2 the count. Cody Adcock, after has gone up with 2 strikes so far today, multiple times we've seen him try to bury one in the dirt, an off-speed pitch, try to induce a swing. The Blues, they've been very disciplined about not swinging at those types of pitches. We didn't see Martinez offer at it. Now the 2-2, closer to the zone, but still misses low. And the count is worked full, so 2 successful at-bats for the day for Vince Martinez. A single last time to the plate, and now here has worked the count full. And no matter how this at-bat ends up, a full count, making Cody Adcock work, I think, is successful for the Blues at-bat, the way that this pitching duel has been today. The 3-2, swung on and missed. Cody Adcock sits down another, his 7th strikeout of the day. It's official. We are in a certified pitcher's duel as Vince Martinez sits down. There are 2 outs in the inning, and Tate Samuelson comes to the plate. Samuelson on the season, batting .327. He is one of those leaders close to the top of the Blues standings in conference play. He leads them in terms of batting average. 7 hits in 16 conference at-bats. Grounds one to third outside of the bag. Smith made the backhanded play, but the ball was just foul. They count 0-1. Samuelson broke his bat on that play, has to go get a new one. The bat boy in the Blues jersey comes out, takes his bat, and now Samuelson gets one from one of his teammates. Today, the uniform matchup, the pinstripes for the Blues, navy blue pinstripes compared to the baby blue road uniforms for the Oaks with gray pants, white pants for the Blues. I like these Blues uniforms.
You know, I think I'd like them more if it just didn't have that dark navy blue stripe right down the middle of the jersey. I think that just throws me off.
You know what? I tend to agree with you. From the back, I think they look incredibly clean. From the front, just a tiny touch-up.
I just think that if it was all white in the front, it would look much better.
Samuelson back in the box with a new bat, an 0-1, skies it back towards the press box. One of us is going to try to make a play. We're not going to do it, and it catches a kid in an area that no one wants to be caught by a foul ball. I feel his pain.
Yeah, you can see him wincing right now, and he's trying to walk it off. But, man, I've been there, and, you know, let's hope he can have kids in the future.
That's dangerous. That's one of the dangers As the 0-2, it's skied and fouled, back out of play. Another kid, this time the kid's not as aggressive to try to catch it on the fly. There is still a swarm towards the foul ball, and the 0-2 will remain at the plate. Samuelson, a 2-pitch at bat his last time. Both the infield and outfield slightly shaded to the left. The 0-2 off the end of the bat towards first base. Bobo picks it up, unassisted to first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Adcock. As we're done with 4, the score is still 0-0. We will try to break the tie in the top of the 5th inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Top of the 5th inning, Kyle Wish still on the hill. Raul Sandoval to lead off the inning for the Oaks. Swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Wish, he has been a regular reliever out of the pen, has 10 innings pitched on the season in 5 appearances. This is his first start of the year. As Sandoval watches a pitch on the outside corner, he goes down 0-2. So far on the day for Wish, he has had 6 total strikeouts. His total for the season, 7 strikeouts now with Sandoval down 0-2. Swings and skies one on the infield. Shortstop Mercado underneath it. Makes the catch, and the first batter is retired in the inning for the Oaks.
And Wish, it's impressive right now that he's pitching in the 5th inning. You know, coming into this game, the most he'd pitched all season for the Blues was 3 innings. And right now, the normal reliever, he's showing that he can be a starter. But, you know, that's what's expected from him. He's a young man that goes to USC. It's a D1 school. It's a powerhouse back in the day in baseball. And so, you know, when you go to USC to play baseball, you're expected to pitch pretty well. And, you know, he's doing that pretty well right now with the Blues.
JT Naviak going to experience that pitching as he skies one on the infield. Underneath it is Esperanza, the catcher in foul territory. He makes the catch. So 4 pitches in the inning and 2 outs already for Wish. He continues to mow through batters for the Oaks. 15 pitches in the first, 11 in the second, 17 in the third, 13 in the fourth. Both Wish and Adcock have been putting on a show.
And like you've said, they've both been putting on a show. Only 4 total hits in the game for a combined for both teams. And, you know, the Oaks, they've only had 1 hit on the afternoon, and that was a bunt single.
First pitch to Suji, misses the zone. 1-0 the count. And I actually believe there's only 3 total hits on the game.
You're right.
2 hits for the Blues, 1 hit for the Oaks. Suji swings and grounds one in foul territory. Count even at 1-1. In his last at-bat, Suji, he struck out swinging. One of the 6 on the day for Kyle Wish. Wish only allowed 1 run on the entire season. That came against the Saints from Arroyo Seco in a 2 innings, 3-hit performance. As the 1-1 off-speed pitch on the outside part of the plate for a strike, the count 1-2. And if that's a bad performance, or one of the worst of the season so far for Kyle Wish, then he is absolutely on his way to a fantastic season. The 1-2. Suji swings on it, line to third. He broke his bat, and the inning is retired. So 4 pitches in that at-bat, 8 total pitches in the inning, and a 1-2-3 inning for the second time today for Kyle Wish. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Cody Adcock getting back to work. Bottom 5, the Oaks still tied 0-0 against the SLO Blues. Esperanza, the first batter to the plate. Suji drops the first pitch. It misses for a ball. The count 1-0. Esperanza, his last time up, walked on 5 pitches. I'd say that's just about the only poor at-bat that we've seen from Cody Adcock, on the mound.
Got the 2 Ole Miss boys confused.
The 1-0 misses low for a ball. Count 2-0. Adcock behind in the count. Now puts one in the zone. It's skied into shallow right field. Gregory, Foreman, and Sandoval converging. TJ Foreman calls it off, makes the catch, and the first out of the inning is retired. A high fly ball that all 3 of them could have gotten to. A little bit of confusion as those are typically the most dangerous as all 3 are converging on the ball at the same time. TJ Foreman's voice was the loudest. His run was also the farthest, and he makes the out.
Yeah.
Austin Kretschmar now to the plate.
And I don't know if Foreman really did call that off. They all were right in the area. I saw Gregory did get called off, but Sandoval at the last second, he was there too.
It's the first pitch to Kretschmar. Catches his own at the knees. The count 0-1.
But it was like a disaster averted right there when Foreman finally made the play. Looked like there could have been a collision.
The 0-1 to Kretschmar. Thinks about it. Doesn't matter. It's a called strike anyways. So now Adcock up 0-2 on Austin Kretschmar, who last time up grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 2nd inning. Since then, Cody Adcock has been borderline perfect. He allowed 1 hit in the 3rd, but has retired 8 of the last 9 batters. The 0-2, swing and a miss Another strikeout for Adcock. Make that his 7th of the day. Excuse me, his 8th of the day. Don't want to sell him short. He has been mowing people down, and now he is 2 outs through the 5th inning with the 8-hole hitter Nick Costello coming to the plate. Costello, one of the strikeouts of the day for Adcock in his only at-bat. He struck out on 4 pitches. First pitch, low, gets past Suji, but no one on base, as there haven't been for a majority of the day today, so no one advancing. The count, 1-0. The 1-0 into Costello. Looks at it, 4 strike, 1-1 the count. A slight shift on to the left-handed batter, Naviak. Shifted a little bit further towards the third base side than we typically see to a left-handed batter, but Gregory is in the typical left-handed shift. The 1-1 misses outside, 2-1 the count. That makes a big hole up the middle if this ball is going to be put in play.
And apparently the analytics right now, they're setting up their defense in that way. I think right now, Costello, he's going to hit a lot more balls towards that right side than up the middle. You can even see Sandoval in center field. He's kind of filling in that area in between second base and the second baseman in center field where he's standing.
The 2-1, Costello swings, check swing, bounces to Smith at third, charges, throws to first, makes the play. It's in time, and a 1-2-3 inning for the second consecutive inning, the third time of the day, as Cody Adcock continues to mow through the Blues as we head to the 6th inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream from San Luis Obispo. Top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on the hill. That's going to be Jared Hart. So Kyle Wish's day is over. And what a masterful day it was. 5 innings pitched, just 1 hit and 1 hit batter. 6 strikeouts, no earned, and no walks. So an amazing day on 64 pitches from Kyle Wish. Austin Carrillo, the first man to face Hart. He squares to bunt. The ball misses low. The count 1-0 to Carrillo. Carrillo, his last time up, singled. The only time an Oak has gotten a hit today. That was an infield single on a bunt that was successful. The 1-0, Carrillo thinks about it, does not offer, and the ball inside for a ball. The count 2-0. The infield on the corners, both at third and Samuelson and first at Shell, charging, or at least taking a few aggressive steps in when Carrillo gets the pitch to him. Because of the ability of Carrillo to bunt. The 2-1 grounded hard to first. Shell squeezes it, steps on the bag. So a 3-pitch at bat and a hard ground ball to first base ends Austin Carrillo's 6th inning appearance.
And during BP, I saw Austin Carrillo hitting a lot of ground balls to that right side of the infield. There, another one just couldn't squeak through the infield as the first baseman, Shell, was right there.
Zach Gregory, the second baseman, batting leadoff, starting today. 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout in the 6th, a fly out in the 1st, or a strikeout on 6 pitches in the 3rd, excuse me. Now in the 6th, squares to bunt, down in front of home plate. Catcher picks it up, throws to first, it's in time. Esperanza out of his stance to make the play, and 1 pitch, 1 out as the Oaks now 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning.
And right now, the Oaks, they're just struggling to get a hit. Only the 1 hit off of a bunt single. And they tried to bunt again there to get on base once again, but, Gregory couldn't leg it out. Wasn't too perfect of a bunt as it was right in front of the catcher, Esperanza. And the Blues, they've just been dominating the Oaks pitching-wise.
Hart on the season, a 2.61 ERA through 10 1/3 innings pitched. 17 strikeouts on the year for him. He's facing off against TJ Foreman, who looks at a pitch on the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. Foreman, he reached base in his first at-bat with a hit by pitch, then stole second and third, but could not advance past that bag to come around to score. Then he struck out on 5 pitches in the 3rd. The 0-1, off-speed in the dirt, the count 1-1 to Foreman. Hart on the season, when he's played against CCL teams, he has been very effective. His worst performance came against the Crawdads, where he gave up 2 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. But in CCL South play, he has been phenomenal. Just 1 hit in 4 innings of CCL South play, 7 strikeouts. Those came against the Saints and Riptide, respectively. Foreman grounds one hard in between the hole, between shortstop and third. A 2-out single for TJ Foreman. The Oaks, they even up the hits at 2 apiece, and a runner is on, and a fast one at first. That is the runner that you want on if you're the Oaks. TJ Foreman already shown his propensity to take bags with the 2 stolen bases in the 1st. That's going to bring up Brendan Bobo. Flew out on the infield in the 1st. Grounded out to second base in the 4th. That was right into the shift. The shift is still on here. First pitch to him on the outside part of the plate for a strike. The count 0-1. Infield shifted, outfield does not. Straight up play defensively for the outfield. Foreman with a healthy lead off first. Pickoff attempt back to first. Foreman back in without a slide. Shell, the man at first, holding him on. A left-handed pitcher here in Hart, so easier for him to pick off towards first. Also, the lefty-lefty matchup at the plate gives the advantage to the pitcher. The 0-1 off-speed away, 1-1 the count. Bobo, yesterday he had a home run. He also had a few hard hit balls, a line out yesterday to first base that, if it would have got through, would have been extra bases. The 1-1. Off the plate, a ball. 2-1 the count. Today, hasn't hit balls as hard. Got underneath one in the first. Pitch over the heart of the plate that he just missed. And you know if Brendan Bobo can square one up, it's going to go far. That one a few inches away from barreling. And then in the fourth, a soft ground ball to second base. Pickoff back to first. Foreman back in safely. Shell holding him on still. Makes the catch and throws back to Hart, the pitcher. Backing up to play is Kretschmeyer at second in case the ball does get away.
And right now it's going to be really hard for Foreman to steal with the lefty pitcher.
2-1. Foreman goes. Off-speed pitch. The throw down not in time. TJ Foreman, another stolen base. The pitch to Bobo missed. So a 3-1 count and a runner in scoring position to Brendan Bobo as TJ Foreman continues to show off his wheels and why he is the Ventura College stolen base leader.
And right there you can see why Coach Dave Solis wants Foreman in the two-hole spot with that speed, able to get on first with a single and then put himself in scoring position for Bobo.
The 3-1 to Bobo, check swing off the plate. Bobo gets aboard at first with a walk. So ultimately the stolen base by Foreman doesn't matter, just showing off the wheels. But now 2 runners on for the Oaks, the first time that they've had multiple runners on in any inning today. And that'll bring up Grant Smith.
And I don't think it means nothing because I think it's a big boost of confidence for TJ Foreman to get 3 stolen bases in a game. I know that he's been dealing with that ankle injury, but when he's 99% healthy and steals 3 bags, you got to think he's feeling pretty good and that he'll try to steal some more bases later on.
Absolutely. I'm talking in principle with the walk. His first base was open given the stolen bag. Smith, first pitch to him, below the zone, it misses. 1-0 the count. Grant Smith struck out on 4 pitches in his last at-bat. His first at-bat got down 0-2, hit a hard ground ball to third where there was a beautiful play by Samuelson, backhanded on the hot corner to throw Smith out and save a run in that inning. That play becoming even more huge now that it has been the pitcher's duel that we have seen so far. Hart checks both of the runners, goes to Smith, it's up the middle. Foreman, he's coming around, he's to the plate, the throw to third, Bobo goes back to second, and 1 run scores. The Oaks, they're on the board first, an RBI single for Grant Smith, and the Oaks have 3 consecutive base runners and a 1-0 lead in the 6th inning.
And all season we've been talking about the 2-out hitting from the Oaks. Foreman gets on with a single with 2 outs, then he steals second base, Bobo does walk, and now Grant Smith, the 4-hole hitter, that's why you have him there in the lineup, hits one right up the middle, and Foreman comes into the score. And in a pitcher's duel, you just get 2 hits in the 6th inning, and you're up 1-0. It's impressive.
14 pitches in the inning for Hart, as now we are going to see head coach Bob Miller come out to the mound. We have some action in the Blues bullpen. We'll see if a pitching change is going to be made after Hart just 14 pitches in the inning, or if it's just going to be a pep talk to the man that is on the hill, the man out of Illinois State University from Cedar Park, Texas. Attended Vista Ridge High School in Texas. He is going to remain on the mound as there is 2 runners on and a runner in scoring position for Reagan Burford. Burford today, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to shortstop. He's trying to get back on track. He has been moved to the designated hitter position for his bat, the 5th spot in the lineup. First pitch to Burford, skied out of play towards the right and into the fields adjacent to this one. There are multiple fields here. At night, I always struggle with the pronunciation. How do you pronounce the name of this park?
Sin Shermer.
Sin Shermer.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I've been struggling with it all day. Trying my best.
I as well am trying my best. I am less successful than you. The 0-1 lined into right center field. It's going to get down. Bobo's coming around. Smith to third. And another RBI single for Reagan Burford as the 2-out hitting for the Oaks in the 6th has proved vital as 2 runs have come around to score the only 2 runs of the game, and now a 2-0 lead for Conejo with runners on the corners.
And all of this has been done with 2 outs. You saw Carrillo get out on a ground out, then Gregory bunted out, and then since then it's just been all Oaks. 4 straight runners or batters to get on base, 3 singles, and man, this is how you take the lead in a pitcher's duel. It's the top of the 6th. They take out Wesh, who is the starting pitcher today, and man, he had an impressive performance, and you'd like to see him, have some other bullpen pitchers back him up, but already 2 runs given up, and Wish he's not going to get a decision today.
And Jared Hart, he might get a decision, but his day is done. He is going to finish with just 2/3 of an inning and 2 earned runs. We'll be back with the new pitcher and the pitching change to finish out the 6th inning on the Conejo Oaks live stream. Bottom of the 6th, pitching change. Zach McCleve in the game for Jared Hart. Hart's final line, 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and 2 more on the corners that he is on the hook for. Raul Sandoval, he comes to the box. First pitch to him, misses low, gets away from the catcher. Smith to the dish. The throw not going to be in time. Going first to third is Burford on the pass ball. So another run comes around for the Oaks. A 3-0 game, and a runner just 90 feet from home now as Sandoval gets ahead in the count 1-0.
And that's just unfortunate for the new pitcher right there. First pitch you throw in the dirt, gets past your catcher, and you already give up a run, and now a runner on third. Still 2 outs, though.
Sandoval looks at the 1-0. It misses. The count is 2-0. Sandoval so far today struck out in the 2nd. Last inning, he flew out on the infield. The shortstop, Mercado, was the one who got underneath it. This time a 2-0, skied high towards the right into the bullpen for the Blues. 2-1 the count to Sandoval. And Sandoval, he's been a regular in the lineup, but he has struggled a little bit as of late to be able to get hits. So far, he is towards the bottom of the Oaks in terms of their regular starters in terms of batting average. He did get a hit in his last at-bat yesterday. The 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. The block made by Esperanza behind the plate. The stop sign given to Burford at third by Sandoval. So now Sandoval ahead in the count, 3-1. The 3-1 elevated above the letters, a ball, and another Oak gets on, the 5th consecutive Oak with 2 outs here in the 6th inning that has gotten aboard. Runners back on the corners as JT Naviak, the 7th batter of the inning, comes to the plate. Naviak flew out in foul territory. That was caught by the catcher Esperanza in the last inning. And in the 2nd inning, he grounded out to third base. First pitch to Naviak. Outside for a strike. Sandoval in a pickle. The runner's going to come home. Another run's going to score. Sandoval trying to get around. He runs outside of the base paths. He's called out, so the inning is over, but not after 4 runs. After Burford darts home, he scores before the tag is applied. That means the run counts. So 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner, actually no runners left on base as both were retired. Here in the 6th inning, we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning as the Oaks, they just took the lead in this pitcher's duel. Bottom of the 6th. Cody Adcock's day is done. Cole Baker on the hill. First pitch for him below the knees to Ruben Mercado for a ball. The count 1-0. Cody Adcock, his near perfect day is done. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, and his pitch count was phenomenal. The 1-0 fouled into the screen and out of play. 1-1 the count. The pitch count by inning for Adcock, 16 in the first, 15 in the second, 11 in the third, 12 in the fourth, 10 in the fifth. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, he was stellar today.
The 1-1, Baker grounded right back to him. On the hill, throws to first. Bobo, a tiny leap, gets down on the bag, and 3 pitches retires the first batter for Cole Baker. The top of the order coming up in Ryan Cermak. Cermak today, he's had 1 of the 2 hits that Cody Adcock gave up. The last time that any batter for the Blues has gotten aboard, the Oaks have retired 8 straight. In the 3rd inning, on the first pitch, Cermak shot a single into the outfield. Outside of that, actually, Cermak's single was the one that went right back to Adcock on the hill. First pitch to Cermak, fouled straight back into the screen. The one that went up the middle was by Vince Martinez in the 2nd inning. So Cermak, an infield single and a stolen base to get him to second, but did not advance any further. And since then, it's been a lot of Blues for the Blues. The 0-1 misses low. 1-1 the count.
I like that. Blues for the Blues.
When you're not hitting, you get the Blues. Infield slightly shifted to the left for the right-handed batter who cuts through and misses. 1-2 the count. Cermak behind in the count, the second time today that he's been behind. The leadoff batter in the bottom of the first inning struck out on 5 pitches. Baker looking for his first strikeout of the day. The 1-2, thinks about it, check swing. Did he go? He did. Ball in the dirt. Tsuji throws to first. The pick is made. The out in time. And the first strikeout of the day for Cole Baker. An eventful one, but a strikeout nonetheless as 2 are down in the inning.
And that's Cermak's 11th strikeout in his last 18 at-bats. He's just been going on a cold streak. And Baker, you know, he's just picking off right after what we saw from Cody Adcock. Adcock, he was impressive. He had 8 Ks, and now Baker, he's with his first K here in his first inning of work.
Mason Grotto, first pitch to him, lined into the screen. 0-1 the count. Grotto, he's struck out twice today, once in the first, once in the third. The Ole Miss connection of Adcock and Baker looking to strike him out for a third consecutive time, as the CCL batting average leader has not had a top of the CCL type of day, as the 0-1 spiked in the dirt. Tsuji, a backhanded block to keep it in play. 1-1 the count. Baker requests a new ball. He gets one. Outfield and infield shifted left to the right-handed batter. Big gap in right center field. The 1-1. Back up the middle, off the glove of Baker, charging his Naviac, and he's going to eat it. An infield single for Mason Grotto. His day, not going to go hitless. The CCL leader is aboard. 2 outs. We saw it in the top half of the inning for the Oaks. They scored 4 runs, all with 2 outs in the inning. Right now, Mason Grotto gets aboard as Cole Baker just not able to squeeze it. It went off the outside of the webbing of his glove, and Grotto is aboard. It would have gotten through the infield to center anyways. I'm not sure if Gregory would have gotten there even with the shift on, as it was a hard hit ball back up the middle, but Baker does a good job to keep it on the infield. Just not good enough to keep it in his glove to get the runner out first. So now Austin Schell, 0 for 2 day for him. Strikeout in the first. Line out to Bobo in the fourth. A runner on. Bobo holding him. Baker to the dish. Misses low and inside. A ball. 1-0 the count. At night, there is a ginormous gap between center and right field where Sandoval and Foreman are playing.
Yeah, there is that giant gap right there, but, I mean, the analytics will tell you not a lot of balls will be hit in that direction.
The 1-0 fouled back into the screen. 1-1. And the way that the Blues have been swinging the bat so far today, there haven't been many balls that have been hit into the outfield, really for both teams.
Yeah, there hasn't, and, you know, even with the big gap, you have Sandoval, who's pretty fast in center, and Foreman, the fastest player probably on the field in right.
The 1-1 bounces in, a ball. 2-1 the count. Behind in the count for the first time today is Cole Baker. Foreman, a big task to cover a lot of ground. He's playing straight up in right field. Sandoval shifts significantly into left center. The 2-1 elevated and inside for a ball. The count 3-1.
This is the first time we've seen Cole Baker have a little bit of trouble. So far in the inning, he's mowed through the first 3 batters that he faced, although Grotto did have the single off of his mitt. He's never been behind, and now he's behind now 3-1.
3-1. Fouled, out of play. The children looking for it. Off the bathrooms and out of the stadium, and the mad dash to the exit go the children. They want the ball. Who's going to get it? They're climbing the fence. They can't get over because of the signage.
I just saw a kid lift up another kid to lift him over the fence. Wow, that's great coordination right there by like an 8-year-old.
But it was unsuccessful because they couldn't get over the fence. There's too much advertising, the signage in their way. Who will get the foul ball? Nobody knows. One of life's greatest mysteries as the 3-2 now. Swung on and grounded outside of the first base bag as Mercado was running on the pitch. Shell will now see his 7th pitch of the at-bat as he fouled off the payoff pitch. And this is a important at-bat in the game, but I got to tell you, I'm a little bit more interested in the action of who got the foul ball.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have kids climbing over a fence, that's impressive.
The 3-2 skied out of play. A battle between Austin Shell and Cole Baker on the mound right now. And as we're concerned with the children, the only 4 men that matter in the ballpark, standing on first, 1 on the hill, 1 behind the dish, and 1 in the batter's box. The 3-2. Baker to the dish, elevated, a walk. An 8-pitch at bat. Austin Shell gets the win, and now, similarly to the top half of the inning, 2 out hitting, 2 out at bats for both teams, proving vital as now there's 2 runners on with 2 outs to make way for Vince Martinez.
And this is crucial right now for Baker. You're up 4-0. You're trying to preserve the lead right now. You just come into the game after Adcock pitched a gem. And right now, you just got to get this out, not worry about the runners too much, and just throw to your catcher, play catch, and get the out.
Martinez does not have any credited at-bats on the CCL stats page. As he watches the first pitch in for a ball. Today, he is 1 for 2.
Today's his first day playing in the CCL with the Blues. He just came from Stanford.
After a loss in the College World Series, getting some summer work in here with the Blues. They have a few Stanford players. Martinez immediately slots into the 4 spot, so a trusted member despite not having been here by Bob Miller. And congratulations to him. He got his first hit of the season in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. In his 2nd at-bat, he struck out on 6 pitches. 2 runners on, 2 outs, swing and a bouncing ball outside of the bag at 3rd. Count is 1-1 to Martinez.
It's actually 0-2.
Count is 0-2. The pitch that I thought missed caught the zone. So now Cole Baker has the advantage with 2 outs here in the inning. Martinez has already struck out once on the day. Again, the big gap in right center field as there's a righty in the box and the defense is shifted towards the left. Gregory standing just over the bag at 2nd. The 0-2 off speed in the dirt, 1-2 the count.
And right there, that was a chase pitch from Baker. He had an 0-2 count. Martinez, he showed his ability to hit a single earlier right up the middle. Another single here would result in a run. So Baker right there with the 0-2 count just throws a ball in the dirt trying to get Martinez to chase.
The 1-2. Baker to the dish. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. First base was occupied, but the throw down anyways caught by Bobo. And the inning is retired. Baker records 2 strikeouts, allows 1 hit, leaves 2 runners on, no runs in the inning. And the Oaks, they come out of the 6th with a 4-0 lead. To the 7th inning we go on the Conejo Oaks live stream on YouTube. Top of the 7th, Knight take over for play-by-play.
First pitch to JT Naviak, swung on and foul. So now 0-1 the count to Naviak. McCleave still on the mound for the Blues. Second inning of work. The sidearm throws in there for a strike, 0-2 to Naviak. It's the first time all season the Oaks have faced a pitcher with that sidearm release as the 0-2. Naviak, swing and a miss. 3 straight pitches to him, strikes out swinging. First K of the day for Zach McCleave.
Right there for McCleave, a really strong at-bat after he, in the last inning, threw one between the legs of Esperanza that ended up scoring a run, and then another run came around to score on another pitch by him in the first at-bat to Naviak.
First pitch is in there to Caden Suji. 0-1 the count. And McCleave, he's been impressive this inning. Thrown 4 pitches, and all 4 of them have been strikes. Suji struck out in the third and flown out in the 5th as the 1-0-1 misses. It's now 1-1. Suji, he didn't necessarily fly out. He broke his bat. The ball, it was a soft hit fly ball / liner towards the first baseman. The 1-1 fouled off by Suji. Count now 1-2 to Caden Suji. Suji this season hasn't really been one of the consistent hitters for the Oaks. Did have that 4-for-4 day that we mentioned earlier against the Cubs, but he's getting the start today at catcher. The 1-2, got him looking. Caden Suji gets set down looking. Back-to-back Ks, this time looking for McCleave. And, 7 pitches, 2 Ks.
And that last pitch was pretty interesting. It looked inside. Suji has to turn his shoulder because of that sidearm release. It came into the zone, and then a late call by the home plate umpire for the strike. It ended up in the catcher's mitt across the plate, but the way it crossed the plate from the sidearm direction, it brushed back Suji. That as a batter is incredibly difficult. It's one of the reasons why McCleave is so hard to hit.
As now Cabral in the game. He swings at the first pitch to him, grounds it to the first baseman. He flips it over to McCleave, and that'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. Only 8 pitches in the inning and 3 outs for McCleave. No runners reached on 2 Ks and a ground out. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The Oaks, they're leading 4-0. You're listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Oaks, they're leading 4-0. They took the lead in the top of the 6th inning. Cole Baker on the mound. in the second inning now. Defensive realignment. Daniel Cabral, who just pinch hit for Austin Carrillo, he's now playing second base. And the second baseman, Zach Gregory, he's in left field. First pitch from Cole Baker. That one misses inside to Tate Samuelson. 1-0 the count. Samuelson today, a fly out in the second and a ground out in the fourth. Third time up for Samuelson. The 1-0. That one misses high. It's now 2-0 to Samuelson.
Cole Baker last inning, he had 22 pitches. That has been the highest pitch outing we've seen today, and that is a testament to Cody Adcock and how he mowed down the first 5 innings.
The 2-0. That one misses low again. It's now a 3-0 count to Samuelson as Baker gets behind. Samuelson, the man from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, playing for the SLO Blues. He has 8 walks on the season as he's batting .327. The 3-0. That one catches the zone. It's now 3-1 as Baker fires a fastball.
And the difference between Baker and Adcock is that Adcock was getting ahead in counts and then sometimes would let the batters free by throwing a few balls. Baker's been getting behind and then coming back in on 2- and 3-ball counts.
3-1 in the dirt, and a walk now for Tate Samuelson. So the leadoff runner is on with nobody out. There's a 5-pitch at bat, and coming up to the plate, the catcher, A.J. Esperanza. Esperanza, this is his 8th game of the year, catching for the Blues. As the times is called right before he steps in. Everything's squared away, and we're all back. As the pitch from Baker misses high, it's now 1-0. Attendance today, 1,297 people here at Shermer Park. It's definitely a hard name to say.
It is a difficult name, but a great atmosphere.
It is an awesome atmosphere. Best place I've called a game so far. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Count even, 1-1. It is an awesome atmosphere.
The drive down, it's long. It's a 3.5-hour
Yep.
drive, but, you know, it's been all worth it.
It's definitely been worth it. It's a nice park. I mean, their fans come out here. It really feels like a minor league baseball stadium. It feels awesome. The 1-1 catches the zone. 1-2 to Esperanza. But, yeah, you know, it's kind of worth the 3.5-hour drive. I mean, initially I got here and I was like, wow, that was a long drive, especially on a bus. But now that I'm here, I see all the fans. They're loving it, baseball here on the Central Coast. It's an awesome day to go see baseball, and it's a beautiful Friday night here in San Luis Obispo. 1-2 the count to Esperanza. The pitch. That one's outside. Counts even now 2-2. Samuelson on first. The leadoff walk. Nobody out still. Baker in his second inning of work. His first time up had 2 strikeouts in last inning. The 2-2. That one's low. And a full count now to Esperanza.
And that's been the real difference. I brought it up in the last at-bat, but even here, it's been Cole Baker has not been able to punch out the Blues early in at-bats, but he has been able to battle and stay alive.
The payoff pitch. In there. Got him looking. Cole Baker, his 3rd K of the afternoon, and now 1 is gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. Up to the plate now, Austin Kretschmar. Just like Vince Martinez, Austin Kretschmar, also from Stanford, coming back after playing in the College World Series. It was an impressive season for the Stanford Cardinal. Got to cover an Oregon versus Stanford baseball game earlier this year, as the first pitch to Kretschmar is high and inside, 1-0. It was an awesome game that I got to cover. It was a pitcher's duel. Robbie Ashford for the Ducks. He came out victorious. It was 2-1.
It was a great series. You saw the only win of that
I
series.
saw the only win of the series for the Ducks. Stanford won, too. There's a win in every game. The 1-0. That one's inside. 2-0 the count.
Yes, there's a win in every game. You saw the only win for the Ducks, the university in which we both attend. That is, I'm a little bit biased.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm a little biased sometimes. Try not to use that we when talking about the Ducks. It's a good habit when talking
I didn't
about.
say we.
Yeah, that's true. The 2-0 misses low, 3-0. But I try not to talk about the Ducks as biased as I can, or unbiased as I can. I try to talk about them. 3-0 the count. Kretschmar, he's at the plate. Runner on first is Samuelson. 1 out. The 3-0. That one's inside, so a 4-pitch walk from Kretschmar. And now Baker, he put himself in a jam. 2 runners on, 1 out, and coming to talk are the infielders. They're going to talk with Baker right now. You see Bobo and all the infielders now coming in. Suji also there, the catcher. Ryan, what do you think right now they're talking to Baker about?
I think it's just a confidence builder for Cole Baker because there's a lot of pressure coming in after the performance that Cody Adcock put on, and it's a lot of pressure coming in after the performance that Cole Baker put on in his last time that he appeared for the Oaks. His last time, 3 innings pitched, no hits. I don't believe he let anyone on base, actually, except for 1 error, which obviously is not his fault. So no earned runs, no hits, no walks. 1 man left on with an error in his last time that he appeared. This time, a little bit more struggle. So it's just making sure that he feels that confidence and not as much pressure.
First pitch is in there to Costello, as he's 0 for 2 today, has a strikeout in the 3rd and a ground out in the 5th. Hasn't had a hit in league play. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The 0-1. Check swung, didn't go. Counts now even at 1-1. Costello goes to UCSD, originally from Pleasanton, California. Went to Dublin High School, town just next to Pleasanton, up in the Diablo Valley in California. The 1-1. This one's fouled away. Count now 1-2.
And this has been a good at-bat for Cole Baker, at least to start out. Starts out with a strike, gets a little cute with the second pitch that's trying to induce a swing on the outside of the zone. Doesn't get the swing, but it was a close and well-executed pitch. Then comes back with a strike that the batter cannot square up. Now he's ahead in the count. Now he has everything at his disposal. And as a pitcher, that's what you want. You want options.
The 1-2 misses outside low and in the dirt. Count now even 2-2.
Right there, looked like a changeup on the outside part of the plate. Started in the zone, dropped just out of the zone. So I like that well-executed pitcher trying to induce a swing in that spot. You're not necessarily trying to K him up on a ball in the zone, but you want it to look like one on the outside corner that drops out. Well executed by Cole Baker.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. The second K of the day for Costello and the 4th K of the afternoon for Cole Baker.
And all around for Cole Baker right there, a great at-bat to bounce back from a 4-pitch walk. Came in, went with a strike, then trying to induce a swing and a miss. Good plate discipline by Costello to not offer, then comes back with a pitch, a heater, a challenge pitch that Costello can't catch up to. Tries to get him to chase on a changeup that was perfectly placed, that dropped out of the zone, and then comes right back, another heater that Costello cannot catch up to. 5, well executed, and I would say a near perfect at-bat for Cole Baker.
So now up to the plate, Ruben Mercado, the shortstop, as the first pitch to him hits him on the shoulder, and now the bases are juiced.
Bases are juiced, and the lineup turns over. And again, 2 out hitting 2 out at-bats for both teams has come in crucial. And last inning, we saw Cole Baker get out of a 2-out jam with 2 runners on. This time, another 2-out jam, and the base is juiced.
And not only are they juiced, the tying run comes up to the plate in Ryan Cermak.
And Cermak is probably the guy that you want at the plate. Despite being a leadoff hitter, he has struck out in 11 of his last 19 at-bats.
Last 18 at-bats prior to this.
No, actually, last 19. He came to the day, 9 for 16. He struck out twice. He singled
was
once.
9 for 15, I had.
9 for 16.
Is it? Gotcha. Still, though, bases loaded. Cermak has struck out twice today as the 0-1 misses outside. Counts even 1-1. Besides the 2 strikeouts, he did hit a single, and that was in the 3rd. Now the base is loaded. Huge at bat here for the man out of Illinois State. The 1-1. This one's ripped to left field. Gregory dives and doesn't make the play on one hop. Now throws towards the plate. Coming in to score now is Kretschmar. And over to second and third go the runners. So 2 runs come in to score on the bases loaded single from Cermak.
And we've talked about it all season long on plays like that from Gregory and the outfielders where there have been plays that the outfielders try to make a dive on, and it allows more runs to score, more runners to advance. If Gregory catches that on the hop, it's only 1 run scored, and the runners and the bases are backloaded. He tried to catch it on the hop, try to throw home. The throw not in time because the runner was waved after the dive, and now 2 runners in scoring position for Baker, who he gave up 1 hit. This is a scenario in which he probably should not be in as much pressure as the situation that he is in because of the dive by Gregory, which resulted in what was only going to be a 1 RBI single, now puts the tying run in scoring position.
4-2 the score now, bottom of the 7th inning. So far in this inning, Tate Samuelson led off with a walk, then Esperanza struck out looking. Kretschmar was a 4-pitch walk to him, but runners on first and second. Then Costello, he struck out swinging. The first pitch to Mercado then hit him. He loaded the bases, and then right now, Ryan Cermak, he had a 2 RBI single as he finds himself at second base, and Mercado at third after the throw from Gregory headed home and got past the catcher Suji.
And we see action in the bullpen. The Oaks closer, Clay Reckerman, he's starting to get loose. He came in for a 6-out save against Academy 2 days ago.
As now up to the plate, Mason Grotto, the CCL batting leader. First pitch to him, in there for a strike, 0-1. Grotto today, a strikeout looking in the first, a strikeout swinging in the third, and a hard hit single right up the middle off the glove of Cole Baker last inning. Has a chance for 2 RBIs to tie the game here. The 0-1 in the dirt. Great stop right there for Suji. Prevents any runs from coming in, and the count's even 1-1. Fans starting to get loud here in San Luis Obispo. Almost 1,300 fans in attendance. They're all paying attention right now. The 1-1 misses outside. Suji makes the catch. It's now 2-1.
And we've seen Suji a few times today. A ball bounce off his glove, get behind him right here. He has to make sure to see the ball into his glove, not try to get too aggressive with the framing because a run could score.
The 2-1 catches the zone, in there for a strike. Grotto looks at it. Counts even 2-2, and you can hear the boos from the crowd.
This umpire has consistently all day had a relatively low zone. He's been calling balls that have been close to, if not a little bit below the knees. Cole Baker living at the knees should be the goal here. Going high is not going to induce a call from the umpire. He has a relatively low zone.
Baker, he's set. The 2-2. Got him swinging. Grotto goes down swinging in the dirt. The throw from Suji to first in time, and the inning is over. So the 2 runs come in on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. The Oaks, they're still leading 4-2. We head to the top of the 8th. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you. Top of the 8th inning. The Oaks, they're leading 4-2 as first pitch to Zach Gregory misses. It's 1-0. Gregory today, a fly out in the first, a strikeout looking in the third, and a ground out to the catcher on a bunt as the second pitch catches the knees. It counts even 1-1. It's an unusual day for Gregory, normally a man that seems to always find first base. Here in the top of the 8th, still hasn't reached first base. The 1-1 misses. Count now 2-1 to Gregory.
And it's been a different type of plate approach from him today. He swung at the first pitch in his last at-bat. He swung at the first strike he saw in his first at-bat.
As the 2-1 misses again, it's now 3-1 to Gregory.
And now it seems like he's kind of getting back to it. He did have the full count strikeout in the third, and right here he's looked at the first 4 pitches he's seen. We typically see him watching a lot of pitches.
The 3-1, Gregory lifts this one high in the air, shallow right field. Coming in is Costello. He calls off the other players in the outfield, makes the play, and one is gone in the top of the 8th.
And that was very similar to Brendan Bobo's first at-bat of the game, where Gregory ahead in the count. That time, a 3-1 count instead of a 3-0, so more aggressive there. But also, I think it was a good job by him to get deep in the count, a good job by him to swing at a pitch that he liked, but just missed, similar to the way that Bobo just missed, and in a similar spot, that one just a tiny bit deeper.
First pitch to TJ Foreman in there for a strike. 0-1 the count now. Foreman, he's been impressive today for the Oaks. His last time up, he had a single that sparked the 2-out rally. He stole second base, then was the first run to come around to score in the top of the 6th. Prior to that, he was hit by a pitch in the first, stole 2 bases. Second pitch to Foreman, in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Also with that hit by pitch, he did strike out in the 3rd. That was his 1 knock of the day. But overall, reaching base twice in 3 plate appearances and 3 stolen bases. The 0-2. Swung on and missed by Foreman. A 3-pitch strikeout for McCleve. His 3rd of the day. And Foreman sent down. Up to the plate now, Brendan Bobo, the first baseman. Still searching for his first hit of the day. Has a fly out in the 1st, a ground out in the 4th, but in the 6th inning, he walked. Bobo swings and misses at the first pitch to him. It's 0-1, and we've seen Bobo so many times swing at the first pitch. Sometimes he makes contact and sends it over the fence like we saw yesterday in Santa Barbara. Sometimes he misses like that. The 0-1 as Bobo shows bunt, pulls back. Doesn't matter as it's called for a strike. 0-2 the count to Bobo. McCleve, the side armor. The windup. The 0-2. Outside. It's now 1-2 to Bobo.
And we saw in the 6th inning when the Oaks did their damage, it was 2-strike, 2-out hitting for them that was able to really do the damage against the Blues.
The 1-2 fouled back at the screen, almost got over, and you saw about 20 kids run after that, but catches the net. Still staying alive is Bobo. It's now 1-2 for the 2nd pitch now. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Flag blowing to left field. 1-2. Slider outside, misses. Count even 2-2 to Bobo.
And a sidearm frisbee from McCleve almost came in, and a backdoor slider. Bobo, a good eye as McCleve just misses on the outside part of the plate.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. Back-to-back Ks for McCleve, his 4th of the afternoon. And the Oaks are sent down 1, 2, and 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Oaks, they're still leading 4-2. You are listening on the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by YouTube. Bottom of the 8th inning, Knight Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you here at Sinsheimer Park. Cole Baker still on the mound for the Oaks. So far in 2 innings, he's given up 2 runs, but he does have 5 strikeouts. Had 3 strikeouts in the last inning. The first pitch from Baker misses inside. That's to Austin Shell, the first baseman. 1-0 the count. Baker had a huge strikeout to end last inning. That was against Mason Grotto, the CCL's batting average leader entering the day. That was Grotto's second K of the afternoon. The 1-0. Shell rips one to right. Coming over is Foreman. He's not going to get there. That's going to get down. Shell, he's tapping on first. Stops to go to second and now heads back to first base wisely as Foreman got over there in a hurry. And it's a leadoff single for Austin Shell.
That was a hard hit ball opposite way down the line from Austin Shell, and you still thought that TJ Foreman had a chance to go and get it. Just did not have the speed to get under it, and if he doesn't have the speed, no one has the speed to get under it. But a smart play. He didn't risk it. He saw that he had a beat on the ball, but was not going to get there. The ball was going to bounce in front of him, and he didn't try to risk anything with the dive, as we've seen a few of the Oaks outfielders do so far this season.
Beautiful sunset here in San Luis Obispo. The sky turning pink. Love it when I see that. Love the central coast of California. Absolutely gorgeous day. First pitch now hammered up the middle by Martinez, and now heading to third is Shell. Shell touching on third. Now he's going to head in. Martinez, he's heading to third. The throw goes to third. Martinez, he's out at third, but a run comes in. Shell scores, and now the lead is 4-3.
And that is a big relay from Naviak to Smith at get the runner at third, because it is a 2-run ball game, now a 1-run ball game. That runner had a chance to be in scoring position with no one out. Now there's one down in the inning, no one on, and despite the run scored, the Oaks, they are in a position that at the start of that play, when that ball was hit into the outfield, you thought, oh no, runners in scoring position and a 1-run lead with no one down in the inning. Right there, the unwise decision by Vince Martinez to try to stretch a double into a triple results in a big detriment for the Blues.
And now Solis is going to go take the ball out of Baker's hand, it looks like, after giving up back-to-back hits. And Baker does come out of the game, as now there will be a pitching change. We'll find out who that pitcher is right after we take a break, right after the pitching change. You are listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. The Oaks, they're leading 4-3. Tobias Plotkin now on the mound for the Oaks. Plotkin comes in for Cole Baker. Baker gave up 3 runs and 2 1/3 inning pitch. Plotkin, the first pitch, inside, misses. 1-0 the count to Tate Samuelson. Nobody on. It was a huge play after Vince Martinez in his first game as a San Luis Obispo Blue hit an RBI double. He was thrown out at third. The 1-0 to Samuelson. That one catches the zone. Count even 1-1. Plotkin on the year has pitched in 2 games, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 5 hits and earned. Only has 1 walk, but has 8 strikeouts. As Samuelson hits one to left center field, coming in is Sandoval, and now a single from Samuelson.
And right there for Samuelson, able to drive one into the outfield. And right now the Blues, they are effective at the plate right now over the last few innings. They, after having gone through their entire order without having gotten a hit, they, in the last few innings, have gotten a plethora of base runners on. They got 6 on through Cole Baker's outing, now the first one of Plotkin's outing. So the entire way around the order, the last 10 at-bats, there have been 7 different runners on base.
First pitch is in there for a strike to Esperanza. 0-1 the count. 3 hits in the inning, 1 run, as there's a runner on first and 1 out. Esperanza today, a strikeout, a flyout, and a walk. The 0-1 misses outside, off speed in the dirt. Count even, 1-1.
And I was rather surprised to see Plotkin on the hill instead of Clay Rickerman. Rickerman, the typical closer for the Oaks, he was getting hot in the bullpen. But for the Blues, 2 out of the next 3 batters are left-handed hitters.
1-1 the count, 1 out. The pitch from Plotkin bounces in the dirt. Heading over to second is Samuelson. And now the runner is in scoring position to tie the game. And now it's 4-3. Samuelson's on second. Plotkin right now. What do you got to do to contain yourself and get this back under control after throwing back-to-back balls in the dirt and one that gets past the catcher?
Well, the key is just locate pitches and locate them low in the zone. You don't want to give the Blues something to drive. They have been successful at that throughout the last 2 innings. Give them something low, probably low and away right here, maybe low and inside, but don't leave anything elevated, but try to pepper the strike zone.
The 2-1, this is hit high and deep to right field. Foreman's heading back there, and that one is gone. Esperanza just hit the go-ahead home run for the Blues. It is 5-4, and the fans here are going absolutely wild.
Yeah, and right there, Tobias Plotkin left one right where he couldn't. Elevated over the heart of the plate, and it was the pitch that A.J. Esperanza was sitting on, and he pimped that home run to deep right center field.
And it's just a tough break for the Oaks right here. Heading into the 7th inning, they're leading 4-0, but 5 unanswered runs from the Blues, and 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and still only 1 out.
And I'm really surprised that we haven't seen Clay Rickerman and that he's still not getting active in the pen after he threw a few pitches earlier in the day in the 7th inning. I thought that he had a chance to get in at the 7th inning for a 7-out save. He didn't come in the 8th inning, and it's cost the Oaks.
First pitch to Costello missed, 1-0, and now Costello swings, misses, count even, 1-1. And, you know, just sad for Cody Adcock. Adcock, he pitched a gem. 5 innings, 8 strikeouts. It was a masterpiece, but now he'll receive a no decision. The 1-1, taken in the dirt, it's a ball. It's now 2-1 to Kretschmar. And Ryan, last night we saw the Oaks, they gave up a home run in the 8th and they felt pretty defeated. Do you feel like the Oaks right now are going to be pretty defeated themselves after giving up the lead?
No, because it's a 1-run game.
Plotkin inside. Count now 3-1 to Kretschmar.
This game is definitely still in hand for the Oaks. Yesterday, the home run in the 8th inning, that was to make it a 4-run game when the Oaks had the momentum. Now the momentum definitely has shifted to the Blues side, but it's a 1-run game. To scratch 1 run across, you have 3 outs to do it. It is still anybody's game.
The 3-1 in there for a strike. Count now full from Plotkin. Kretschmar, the man out of Stanford in his first game with the Blues, grounded into a double play in his first at-bat, struck out in his second at-bat, and then walked. So 0 for 2 days so far, has a full count here. The pitch, this one's fouled away. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up with a full count. Plotkin, he's been susceptible to giving up the long ball. Has had 8 strikeouts on the year, but gave up probably the biggest long ball he's given up all year. A 2-run home run to A.J. Esperanza. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed by Kretschmar. And a K for Plotkin, his first of the day. Now there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
And that home run by Esperanza, that was his 2nd of the season. Esperanza in CCL play has really taken a dip. He had just 1 at-bat in conference play. This is one of his first games back, but in non-conference, he was swinging the bat incredibly well. In 18 at-bats, he had 7 hits. So this is a great way to get back on track for him in conference play.
First pitch to Costello in the dirt, bounced. 1-0. And Costello, he stands in. He's 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. His last time up was last inning. He struck out on 5 pitches, was the 2nd K from Cole Baker. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Count even now 1-1. And Costello, those Ks were added to his total. Those were his 11th and 12th strikeout of the year. Only batting 138. The 1-1. This one's inside. 2-1. And the fans here, they're still pretty loud. They're lively. For a while, it was 4-0 the Oaks. It was quite quiet here, but, you know, starting in the 7th, they started to get a little bit of momentum. In the 8th, the momentum just carried with the crowd, as now Esperanza's 2-run home run put them up. This one's fouled away by Costello. Count even 2-2.
And it's been really the reverse of what we've seen all season for the Oaks, where sometimes the starting pitching has let up a lot of runs, and then the relief pitching has come in and sort of saved the day. Today, it's definitely a lot different, where the starting pitching was absolutely phenomenal by Cody Adcock. Then the relief pitching sort of let the Oaks down in the 7th and 8th innings.
The 2-2. Off speed in the dirt, misses. Full count now. Back-to-back full counts from Plotkin. Costello looking to change his luck here. Been 0 for 3. The Oaks, they're trying to get out and head to the top of the 9th and try to get more runs. Plotkin gets him to ground one right up back to him. Plotkin turns, fires towards first, gets him at first. Costello gets out on a 1-3 play, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th inning. 3 runs come in on 4 hits. The big one, the A.J. Esperanza 2-run home run to take the lead for the Blues. We head to the top of the 9th inning. The Oaks, they trail 5-4 for the first time today. They're trailing. They're going to look to try to tie it as we head off. You're listening to the Conejo Oaks live stream presented by KDTV. Uretsky, Ryan Milano with you here in San Luis Obispo. The Blues, they just took the lead 5-4 after a 3-run bottom of the 8th inning. Grant Smith, Reagan Burford, and Raul Sandoval going to be up for the Oaks. McLeave still on the mound for the Blues as Smith swings and fouls off the first pitch to him. It's 0-1 to Grant Smith. Grant Smith today, a ground out, a strikeout, and a single in his last at-bat. That was in the 6th inning. But since then, the Oaks, they've been sent down pretty handily. The 0-1 outside, count even 1-1. And Ryan, if you're the Oaks right here, what is your strategy as you just gave up the lead?
Get on base. The strategy is get on base. Don't give any free strikes to McLeave. Have well-disciplined at-bats.
Smith swings at the third pitch to him. The count now 1-2. And it seems right now the Oaks, they're having a hard time hitting off of McLeave. They've never seen a sidearm pitcher in this league before. It's their first time all season. McLeave's gotten the best of them. The 1-2 misses high. Count now even 2-2.
And this game is vitally important in terms of the standings. The Blues a half game behind the Oaks. The Oaks, they've lost 3 of 4. They're sitting at second in the CCL.
As the 2-2 misses outside, and the fans here in this stadium, they're loud, and they just disagreed with that call massively.
And at the top of the CCL standings, you have Santa Barbara, who's a game ahead of the Oaks, a game ahead of Arroyo Seco, and a game and a half ahead of the Blues. It is a logjam up at the top right now.
The payoff pitch is swung on and missed by Grant Smith, the 5th K of the day for McLeave. And now there's one gone in the top of the 9th. Reagan Burford, the DH, stepping up to the plate. The Oaks, they still have life. There's still 2 outs to work with. It's the top of the 9th. They're only down by 1. Any home run could tie the game. Burford, he shows bunt. He's going to bunt it down the third base line. McLeave, the sidearm, throws it to first, and a 1 pitch, 1 out at bat for Reagan Burford.
Now the game is in the hand of Raul Sandoval. And Sandoval, he had a successful at-bat in his last time up, but he has been, for the most part, slumping as of late.
So Raul Sandoval up to the plate. Statistically, the worst hitter on the team for the Oaks. First pitch to him, catches the zone. It's now 0-1 to Sandoval. And Sandoval entering the game was batting .176. That was the most by any Oak with 20 plate appearances. As the 1-0-1 misses outside, it's now even 1-1. Sandoval did have an on-base percentage of .300 entering the game, but today he's yet to reach base.
He reached base in the 6th.
In the 6th on a walk, sorry.
But he's 2 of his last 14 at the plate.
Did have the walk, was caught stealing, but it was a smart steal as it allowed for a run to come in. The 3-1 catches the zone. 2-1 catches the zone. Now 2-2, and the Oaks, they're down to their final strike. Raul Sandoval at the plate. McLeave, the windup. The pitch. High. And now the count is full, 3-2. It's a huge at-bat right now for Sandoval. Said he felt good today. He wanted to hit a ball. The payoff pitch. This one's popped high in the air. Chasing is the catcher, Esperanza. He makes the play, and the guy that hit the go-ahead home run catches the final out of the game. Esperanza, the man of the day for the Blues, and the Oaks, they lose a heartbreaker 5-4 here in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, it's just a crushing loss for the Oaks. After going up 4-0, after heading into the final 3 innings with that 4-0 lead with the gem that Cody Adcock pitched, it's a little bit deflating. The Oaks, they had 1 good inning offensively. They just weren't able to muster any other offense. And the Blues, they bounced back. And Conejo, they drop a very key game in the CCL standings.
So with the loss today, the Oaks, they fall to 4-4 in CCL play. The Blues, they advance over the Oaks. They're now 4-3 in CCL play, and the Oaks, they're playing against the non-conference VC Pirates tomorrow. That game's going to be at 4, and then the Oaks, they're going to have a chance to bounce back against the Blues. They're going to play the Blues on Sunday of 4th of July. Should be a good one there at Sparky Anderson, as the Oaks wrapped up their 4-game road trip with 3 losses on the road. And Ryan, today I think the player of the game, if we had one, it had to be Cody Adcock.
It's Cody Adcock.
And Cody Adcock, he was impressive today. Pitched 5 innings, had 8 strikeouts. I mean, it's just a heartbreaking day that he didn't get the win, as the Oaks, they dropped this one 5-4. And, you know, after this 4-game losing streak, Ryan, what do the Oaks got to do if they want to bounce back tomorrow against VC and then Sunday against the Blues?
Well, the VC Pirates, a team that the Oaks have beaten before, a team that's in a lower conference than the Oaks, a team that the Oaks, for all intents and purposes, are better than, but we've seen them drop a game to a lower league opponent on last Sunday, so it's important for the Oaks to tune up, and we've seen a few times in these non-league games opportunities given to some of the players that haven't got as much playing time. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case against the VC Pirates tomorrow, because the Oaks right now need to fix a few things at the plate and on the mound before they are going to really compete in CCL play. So I think a tune-up game is necessary, and I think you need to play your guys in that tune-up game.
So the Oaks, they dropped this one 5-4 in San Luis Obispo. Knight Uretsky and Ryan Milano, it's been our pleasure. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 4 against the